Eric Oliver his ID and fingerprint set?
No, not yet. That's my fault. I dropped the ball there. It's just, we just haven't done it yet.
Oh, okay, but it'll probably happen, right?
Yeah, it'll happen. Oh, no, I just got to get to it. I got too much going on.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Larry,
Yes.
I missed the meeting Saturday at the Historical Society.
Oh, yeah, we know.
Yeah, well, I bought a car.
Oh, so it's, but how do you keep your schedule straight? I mean, either gonna buy a
I have
car,
a
or go to
faster
a
car
meeting.
now.
Okay,
So anyway, I want to be on the committee with the Amphenol people.
okay. I'll ask the committee if they want you on the committee. No,
Okay. I'll form my own committee. I'll form my own committee.
No. Yeah, you're on the committee.
I
We're
know.
gonna form one eventually.
You knew I would have an answer for that.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can we do something? Can Rotary do something to help the fire department replace their generator someone stole?
Oh my God, what fire department?
The Sidney Fire Department, somebody stole their generator. Can we do a fundraiser or something?
What is this?
I would think they'd have insurance on it.
That's a good thought. I would think so too.
I would think they would have insurance on it.
We'll talk to Ray about it and see
Okay,
if
because I saw it posted on Facebook. They're trying to find out who stole it, I guess. I guess it's a
Where-
two-man job, but you
where
know.
did it get stolen from? The firehouse?
They had it, I guess they had a power outage down here and they had it
Oh,
running
yeah.
the street lights and somebody stole it.
Crazy.
At 1:30 in the afternoon, at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Wow.
Pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Before we get
I'll talk to
started,
Ray
this is
about it.
Judy. Whoops, sorry about
All right,
that.
Judy, go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted to share with everybody. Well, Larry, I did run into you in our walk. I hope you finished your walk okay and whatever. But on my walk, I ran into Van and he was out with his 2 poles and then probably a caretaker that visits them, he and Priscilla often. But he was out walking on the street a little bit and I thought, bless him. So he wanted to be sure to say hello to everybody.
Oh, that's nice.
That's nice.
Does he seem to be doing okay, Judy?
He looked fine. He was alert. And we had seen David, his son, down on the walking trail maybe a few days ago. And he said he and Mom were doing very well. And so that's a plus. And now when I was surprised when I saw him outside, I thought, great, that's good. And he's trying to get Priscilla to come out too. And maybe she will, but you know, it's
Were
just.
they able to get vaccinated?
I didn't ask that. I forgot to ask David if they got vaccinated or not.
Yeah, quite a while ago.
Yeah. Because I didn't know age-wise if they did
That's what I was
then.
wondering.
It
Yeah.
would have been the first bunch.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so as you might have saw on band already, I wasn't able to get any programs for this meeting. So what I thought would be a good idea is to kind of look ahead at the next few months. We got a lot of things that we're planning right now, but that's all we're really doing is just planning things. So we're going to need volunteers for a lot of things in the spring and a lot of things in the summer. So I just wanted to touch on all those different things that we're planning on doing in the next few months. I'm going to try can you guys see if there's somebody in the waiting room? Can anybody see
No,
that?
I don't think we can see it.
I'm going to try to keep my eye on it. I'll just let Judy in.
Is it Judy? Judy?
Hi,
Hi,
Oh, hi,
Judy.
Judy.
how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, busy here, so
Well, that's a good thing.
I might have to step out, but I'm gonna try.
No problem. All right. So for the rest of April, again, this calendar, it comes straight from band. On here, you'll notice the 3 different colors, your red, your green, and your blue, your pink or red. Somewhere in between pink and red, that is the club calendar. So Anytime we have a club meeting or a board meeting, anything that's related specifically to the Rotary Club of Sidney will show up here in pink or red.
You didn't know that, anything that shows up here, the calendar, yeah.
Okay, so that's, we have committee meetings on here in pink, we have board meetings on here in pink, and then we have our regular club meetings on here in pink as well. So all of those are just the Sidney Rotary Club, and you can find all those things on the calendar in pink. For the remainder of April, we're going to have a board meeting on Monday, a strategic planning meeting the day after that. We'll have another regular club meeting just like this one on the 23rd. And then at the end of the month, we'll have another strategic planning committee meeting. And when you look on the calendar and you see the blue, those are district events. I try to put those on there if anybody's interested in attending them. They're all, or at least they all have been virtual Zoom, so they're pretty easy to get to and to attend. But you have to register for them. So if you want to get the Zoom invite,
Corbin?
Yeah.
Corbin, I've been trying to get clarification from Lorraine Keckison as to whether or not she has fulfilled our obligation this year to the Global Grant Seminar so that we are eligible to do a grant.
We are not eligible. We have not raised any foundation money.
We're not because of money.
Money.
Oh, so it's no sense in attending the seminar.
No, that's not true. We can still raise money. We
Oh,
need a plan.
We just missed Pins for Polio, which was the big funding for that, I think, right, Dennis?
You're right.
But the global grants and I think the global grants is something separate from the regular grant, the district grant.
Right.
They're two different things.
She's not writing for a global grant. I think she's writing for the district grant.
she
Yeah.
usually does, yeah.
That's correct.
And she had said that she was going to attend that seminar, and I haven't heard from her since she told me she was going. So I was like,
Well, she made it sound like she started something.
Yeah, she did send an email to everyone asking
Right.
if we had a purpose behind a grant. So if we had some focus within the
Right.
community that someone needed something, that she would be more than glad to go ahead and write that grant.
when did she send that?
That was a yesterday or the
Yeah,
day
just a couple of days ago, yeah.
Right.
Joan, do you have her cell phone number? Of course you do.
Lorraine, yeah.
Will she answer a text? You can find out in 2 seconds if she
About
attended the
what?
seminar. How about 1 second?
The seminar didn't happen yet, right?
Hi, Sue.
The
Hi.
seminar is not to the 15th.
Right, the seminar didn't happen yet.
Well, I know it, but
A global grant seminar.
That's for you're mixing up the two.
Oh, right.
The
you're
one
right,
for
you're
the
right.
district, I think, was back in March.
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah, and she made it sound like she attended that and needed to just do some kind of filing of a final paper or something.
Right, she wants a project. If we have a project that she can write a grant for, she would be more than glad to do that. That was her last email to all Rotarians.
Yes. Yes, if I text her, what do you want me to ask her? But she may not see a text where she lives, her cell is bad.
You ask her to call me?
Corbin, you want Lorraine to call you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just for the edification of the Rotarians, the top level is $2,500. So she's looking for something between $0 and $2,500 that you would like her to write a grant for.
Do you guys have anything from the board?
For grants?
Yeah.
No.
I thought we were looking at something out in Sydney Center.
The restoration project,
They
We're-
haven't asked for any money?
Yes,
not
we did.
lately. We already gave money.
Yeah, we already did that.
Well, we wrote the grant last
Yeah.
year for the Sidney Center Improvement Group for the park restoration program. And they did not give us
They denied it. Yeah.
So, so you're looking for something new, right?
Yes,
Well, I have a grant, I can supply you on Monday or Tuesday for the summer program at the Sidney School. It comes from the United Way, but we're looking for somebody to help match our monies with Delaware Opportunities to run a 6-week summer program for 7th and 8th graders.
Can
That would be a
you,
great program.
can you
for
come to the
Rotary.
board meeting on Monday with
Yeah.
information on that?
Yeah, I need to get the write-up from Delaware Opportunities, but I will email it to you once I get it, Corbin. They're going to pick out one part of the grant for
Dennis?
about $4,000.
can you
Any money
send,
that you guys would put in would be great.
can you send an email, Dennis, to Lorraine about that?
Once I get the email from Delaware Opportunities.
Well, just give her a shout out about your thoughts right now.
Sure, I will. Yeah.
You know, I see Sue is on our meeting.
Yep.
I thought
Yes, I'm
Sue
here.
was on a trip to Texas.
I got back on, I don't even know what day it is. I got back yesterday or the day before.
Well, welcome back.
Thanks.
Was it a good trip?
I don't think you would say it was a good trip.
Oh dear, I'm sorry.
Actually, Sue, that may even be a program in itself.
Yeah, I was gonna put something together for the Red Cross. I could do the same presentation for you guys.
I
That
think
would
it
be
would be
great.
extremely interesting.
Could we do that for our next meeting, Corbin?
Sure. I mean, I don't have anything scheduled in stone yet,
Great.
but if that's okay with Sue.
I do want you to realize they wouldn't allow us to take pictures. So besides
okay.
showing you a map of the room, we weren't allowed to take any photographs.
There's plenty on the news.
You can do whatever you're allowed to do, Sue, whatever you're allowed.
Your personal experiences would be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to get political.
Okay. I
Yeah,
see a global grant in there somewhere too, by the way.
Really?
Well, I think that something could be done to make them stop coming.
That would be interesting.
That's again, that's political.
That is political.
Yep,
Oh,
that sure is.
It's not political to say, somebody got hit by a hurricane and their crops went out, so maybe we could do something to help them.
Yeah.
All right. So where was I?
Cut you out.
Pink. The pink is club stuff. The blue district stuff.
Well,
The
going
green-
back to the district grant, if we don't do some type of fundraiser or have the board put money into the foundation, there will not be any money for district grants. So the Pins for Polio was our savior in the past. We could still do what we call a Pins for Polio, but we could do a virtual one
Dennis,
with the board.
I got a spot here at the end for club announcements. So if you want to, all
Well,
that
this is a
stuff
board
there.
situation. This is not
Right,
mine.
so
It's a
come-
board.
come to the board meeting on Monday with that stuff.
Well, let's see
Or-
if
or save it
our
for the-
club wants to do that, because we need to go out and ask our club members to make donations to the foundation.
Mhm.
So I'm hoping everybody be willing to do that. I will set it up, but if it doesn't work, we would need to have the board, hopefully, will request from myself in this meeting to cough up monies out of our treasury to meet the obligation that you guys signed for. You guys, in the beginning of the year, told them you're going to raise X amount of dollars for the foundation. I don't know how much it is you guys put down. Do you,
Dennis,
Judy?
doesn't our contribution from last year give us the ability to apply for a district grant this year?
I don't know.
I think that might be the case. I'm not sure, but I think that's the way it works.
Yeah, we need to talk to people at the district level to find out what we need to do.
Corbin, Lorraine might know.
You might. We'll figure it out. I
But we
can
should talk about, we should try to have our ducks in order before the Monday meeting.
I can give you the contact information for the district treasurer if you think that would be helpful.
Yeah, Corbin, if you can give me the contact information for all the people at the district, that would be helpful, because
Okay.
I could also talk to the foundation chairman.
Corbin, I think Lorraine asked if she could come to the board meeting.
It's on this calendar, right on the.
In her email. Yeah, in her email, she was wanting to come and say something about the district grant.
Yeah, Monday would be a good day to do that.
Well, when I've asked her to call you.
Okay. Thank you. All right, so pink, club stuff, blue, district stuff. Green is birthdays and anniversaries. So Dennis had a birthday not too long ago. Happy birthday, Dennis.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
Dennis.
Dennis.
Happy birthday,
86 years
Dennis.
old.
And then Jim has a birthday coming up towards the end of the month, the day before our next meeting. So
He's still in Florida, maybe.
yeah, I think so. So we got a lot of the people on band already. I crossed off a few names here who, I don't think they will ever join it. Just
No, Bob won't.
Bob won't. Mike Lang uses it with Lori, so I crossed him off. I don't think Milo or Wayne will either, but everybody who I put in bold, I think could and should get into it. So I'm gonna help John probably later today get on, and then Lorraine, if she calls me, I'll try to help her get on as well. And then we're doing really well at getting everybody in here. So
I'm embarrassed. Who is Chris?
I didn't know either. That's why I crossed him off. Chris. Vic?
Hey,
Chris
Corbin,
Bickers.
can we do it one day next
Oh,
week?
wait,
'Cause
wait,
we're gonna be
it-
tied up this afternoon.
Sure. Yeah.
Thank
Chris
you.
Bickus.
All right.
Corbin, the Chris
Yeah.
is Chris Bickus.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Oh, Chris Bickus. Okay. You know what, Corbin? Tony Aragoni really needs to call you. He's hooked up, but he's not hooked up right. I
He's
don't
in it.
think.
He's in there.
I know. Somehow he acts like he's not getting messages. I don't know.
Okay. Have him call me. We'll figure it out.
And he needs to maybe be on his computer. Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to do it on your computer than it is your phone. A lot easier to sign up, a lot easier to navigate, to like look around at different things. A whole lot easier to do it on your phone. Or on a computer. All right, so we got a lot of different things.
Corbin,
Yeah,
if you
a lot.
can just send me the link, Corbin, I should be able to hook up.
Sure, I'll do that.
Thank you.
So we got a lot of different things coming up. I got a flashing light down here. So we got a lot of different things coming up. The first thing that I wanted to talk about, we already touched on this a little bit already, is the Sidney Center Park Restoration Project. They are kind of doing a whole makeover for the park there in Sidney Center. And I think Mike has been in to talk about this project to the club in the past. Maybe on multiple, I've heard him talk about it on multiple different occasions. I'm not sure if it was through Rotary each time or not, but he has been in to talk about it, I know, at least once. And I had told him on multiple different occasions that we would have volunteers ready to help them put it together when that time came. The time has come, and we're going to be heading over there to Sidney Center to help them do all this stuff sometime this spring. And Bill knows a whole lot more about this than I do and how it's going to work and operate. So, Bill, if you want to say anything about it, anything that you know about it so far, I think that would be better coming from you than me.
Fine.
Sure, thank you. So we meet almost weekly now. The Fit Trail has been delivered. It has 10 working activity stations. It needs to be installed. So that's what we're working on right now. The town has been extremely helpful and we're thankful to them. We are meeting as a subgroup at the park with all of our drone pictures that Mike took so that we can place all of the, yeah, thank you. So that we can place all of the stations in an appropriate manner for when the gazebo goes in, that people will be able to see in and around the gazebo in case there's, well, you would hope that there's children involved. So there's 51 holes that need to be dug 2 feet deep, 12 inches wide. And so we have, thankfully, 2 people in the town who are going to help us do that. It's 4 yards of cement that we'll need. And most of that will be mixed with a mixer. So we're certainly going to need some help with that. And what we've done on Saturday is we made booklets for just the people in our little group, Sidney Center Improvement Group, who are going to go there and try and plot out with the town sometime next week, I think, where exactly each of the stations should go. And then, as I've said before, we've all had volunteer situations where we go there and we stand with our hands in our pocket because there's really not much to do. So we're going to try and not have that happen here. What we're going to do is ask for the volunteers and then put them specifically with one of the stations and give them the blueprint to that station and have the conversation with them so they know exactly where the holes go, where the holes are. So we're going to pre-dig the holes so that you're not standing around waiting for the hole to be dug or waiting for the cement to be mixed. So we're going to try and do this where it's somewhat seamless and sequential, and that's the goal. Certainly we'll need the manpower to do that. And we're hoping to do probably 2 weekends in May, but we have to wait for the ground to firm up, and who knows when that will happen. But as soon as we know the 2 weekends, we'll inform you. What our other thought is, so we're going to have these teams. So you'll have 10 teams, but so there's 10 stations, but we're not going to try and put these stations in all at once. We'll put maybe 3 or 4 in on one day, but it may be that, let's say, Corbin, you and I are on team 4. Well, let's pick another one because that's the most difficult station is 4. But let's say station 2, and you and I are free on a Tuesday afternoon. The holes will be dug. We'll just have to set them, set the stations, and we can go and work together. Let's say 2 or 3 Rotarians on a Wednesday afternoon. Doesn't have to be a weekend. So the dates are still to be determined. All the material, all the station is here. We're just waiting to purchase the cement, to rent the mixer, and then asking people to bring their levels. Level is probably going to be the most important thing. And we'll be set to go, and then we'll move on to our next project, which we'll talk about, I think, a little bit, is the stream cleaning. Our goal really is to see if we can get kids involved in this. Also, so especially the stream cleaning, which we'll talk about. But with the Fit Trail, it's really, the high school kids have been so great in making the picnic tables and making it so they're all there. What I'd like to do is maybe get the Interact group involved in coming in and helping with this Fit Trail also. Thank you.
Great. Awesome. Thanks, Bill. All right. So like he said, we don't have dates for this yet, but it is coming up probably in May or around May. And there will be things to do for everybody. So if you can't deadlift 500 pounds, that's okay. You know, there will be other things available for you to do. And so when I know those dates for sure, I will pass that along to you. It sounds like it'll be more of a small group effort. So once you get your task or your objective, you can kind of work with that group maybe to set your own date, Bill. Does that sound?
Yeah, that's what we think it's going to work better that way, and having just collaborative small team groups where they have the blueprint ahead of time. And most of them are just, leveling off poles. And pouring, maybe having the Interact kids come with the wheelbarrow with the cement, pouring the cement and leveling. I've I've gone through the blueprints ad nauseum already. And I just want to make people feel as though they're comfortable and we'll have like a captain for that one station or two stations that are very familiar with being able to level stuff and that kind of thing. So it's like me, you know, I'm a gopher. You know, you tell me to go get it, I'll go get it for you. And but you do the leveling. So that's what
Bill?
we're looking for.
Bill,
Yes.
if you have a flyer to that effect, I can post it on our PTO page for the school.
Okay, thank you.
And then maybe, you know, because we have quite a few people, you know, elementary, you know, we really don't distinguish from PTO, but there's a lot of people on our PTO page on Facebook that may not otherwise know about this. So if you have something, you can email it to me, and then I get like with the information on it, and I can post it on there, and then anybody that's interested can contact you.
Great.
Thanks, Mom. All right, so just be aware of this. It's coming up. When we get more solid dates, I'll pass all that stuff along to you, but this is coming up probably next month, soon. So I think it'll be beautiful when it's all done. I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see Mike's drone pictures of it. I think that'll be interesting
That's
to
a
see.
beautiful picture.
Yeah, to see the before and after from a drone point of view, I think will be pretty cool. All right. So the pancake breakfast, as you know, was postponed. We didn't cancel it. We postponed it because it was like right as people were starting to get vaccinated, and we just didn't know. We had a lot of concerns about it. So we're thinking we can push it back maybe into the spring and do it a little bit differently because it's a different time of year. We could do, you know, drive-through type of breakfast where people can just drive by and we can hand it to them for those that are still concerned about getting too close to other people. We could put tables outside. So I put this picture of Keith Clark Park up here. You can see at the bottom, that's where the firehouse is. There's a ton of space here to really do a number of different things. So Kyle usually takes care of the pancake breakfast, and he's pretty good about organizing that as it's always been. So I'm not too concerned about trying to pull everything together to be able to do a pancake breakfast. I know that Kyle has that taken care of. What I would like to see happen is some new things come out of it. You know, where we can move some stuff outside, or maybe use the basketball court or the volleyball court, sand, volleyball sand. What do you call that? Sand pit. To do something, you know, to entertain kids outside, or, you know, whatever, to try to bring more people into it. Now, when we are, one of the reasons we postponed this originally, again, was because of COVID, and we were worried about people just not showing up. The other reason we postponed it was because we were afraid that we weren't going to be able to sell enough tickets. The engagement with the club, quite frankly, has been pretty lackluster this year. And so we were worried about, you know, buying all this food again and then not have anybody sell any tickets. So that's a big concern too for us. I don't really have an answer as far as when this will be or how it will look, but I wanted to talk about it with all of you guys and kind of get your thoughts on it. You know, would it be better to do it in the spring or the summer? Should we try to have some more outdoors events alongside it? Could we combine it with, you know, another event that we do, you know, like the spring flower sale or something like that? So I put the picture up here just to show you we have a ton of space to work with. If we wanted to kind of expand the pancake breakfast, and if not, that's okay too. We can just do it like we've always done it. I think that now, with the majority of people being vaccinated, or at least the people who want to be vaccinated are vaccinated, I think that we could probably pull it off as normal if we can sell the tickets. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. I don't have, you know, anything set in stone to tell you specifically about it. I just kind of want to get some more opinions other than my own about this event and what you guys think. So
I'd say outdoors is probably better because people feel more comfortable if they can be spaced outside rather than cramped into a building in the cold.
I think other organizations, perhaps they have had, maybe a chicken barbecue and all, but again, maybe it's pickup or whatever, but outside might be better. We might be able to get more people there. I don't know.
yeah, so we could do it right in the parking lot there. If we could get the tables and the chairs and stuff, we could box off, a little area there. We could send the police officers and the firefighters or whoever, normally shows up for this. Could send them over to like the basketball court, have them have stations over there. There's a lot more opportunities for us to bring other people in and make it more of a community kind of event. If we wanted to do it that way, which it kind of sounds like nobody's opposed to doing it that way. I'll have to talk to Kyle about it. Like I said, for Kyle, nothing should really change as long as I can assure him that we'll get the tickets sold. And I don't know if we will.
But we'll have a lot of walk-ins also.
Yep. So, okay.
Well, I think people are ready to get out. People are tired of being home. So, people are itching to get out and do anything. So,
Yeah, I think if we set a program with it, that will only encourage more people to get out, and it's outside.
right. Yeah.
I think it'll be a good event. We just
Right.
need to pick a date.
Do you want to do that now?
Well, I think we need certainly Kyle to be part of it, but we could pick a tentative date if you want to.
Yeah. So that's what I was just going to take the date and then ask Kyle. That's all I was going to do. So, what do you think? May or June? If
I'd
it's
go
good-
with May only because you got graduations and stuff going on in June.
Yeah,
And it's normally on a Saturday, correct?
yeah.
All
May
right.
22.
May 22nd, tentatively. I'll mark it down. I'll ask Kyle about it. And we'll talk about it at the board meeting on Monday and start to get a plan together for that. Anything else for this? Any other ideas, thoughts?
Can you get the plant sale to go at the same time as the pancake breakfast?
The plant sale last year was over at Brothers Brown's, and it's different. We people go over there and pick out their flowers, and we get a cut of the profit.
But are we going to do it the same way this year? I mean, that
I
was
think-
because of COVID.
That's
See-
up to Lorraine and whoever her partner is.
Can
So that's one
I,
of the things I'll talk to Lorraine about when she calls me, is how we're gonna do this.
can I jump in here? Because I've been having some discussions with Lorraine about the flower sale. She's been in discussions with S&S. And they seem to be agreeable to the idea to do the same thing that we did with Brown last year, which is we sell the tickets at $20 a pop. They bring the tickets over to S&S and buy whatever they want to buy. So it seemed to work out really well last year, considering we didn't have to
They
keep
made more
track.
money last year than ever before, right?
Well, we made about the same, which was, we were questioning whether or not we were going to be doing that, because actually what we get is $5 per ticket sold. So if they go and they buy something, they keep 15, we keep 5. So we're working on the same principle for this year. Don't have all the details quite there yet, but hopefully by the board meeting Monday night, Lorraine will have tied down some of that stuff. But that has been the discussion with S&S so far, and
Do we
we'll
have
see
a
how that
potential
goes.
date?
I'm sorry?
Do we have a potential date?
We're going to do it for Memorial Day weekend again. That's what we did last year. That seemed to go over well because by that time, if people buy plants either for whatever, they can, and especially if they buy fruit or flowering plants, they won't be concerned about a frost. So that's why I think it went over a little bit better last year. Probably sold a little bit more. So we're looking at Memorial Day weekend again for that.
So then
That
we
would
could
be- that-
definitely
that
sell
would be-
the gift cards at the pancake breakfast.
Right.
Oh, absolutely. Yep, we could do that. And the other thing that I thought of, I heard an ad on the radio this morning, a group that's going around and giving COVID-19 tests, the rapid tests. I don't know if there will still be a need by that point or not, but if there is, maybe we can have them doing some testing on site as well.
Not a bad idea.
I have a suggestion.
Sure.
When you sell these tickets, do you have like a price for an individual and then a price for a family? Because I heard $20 a ticket. If a family has 4 children, that's quite a bit of money for one family if they have small children.
No, this is for the flower sale, not the pancake breakfast.
Yeah,
We're
kids eat food.
talking about the flower sale.
I heard $20 for the tickets. Is that for the flowers?
That's for the flowers, yes.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
So
that's
with the
all right.
pancake breakfast, I think it's like $8 for adults, and then kids under 5 or 8 or something like that.
Okay. I was just thinking, I'm just thinking, somebody with 4 kids, that's a lot of money to go to a pancake breakfast, but
No,
I'm sorry, I misheard.
All right, so that's good. So one of the newer things that we're thinking about doing, and Bill is a big catalyst behind this as well. And his chair is empty right now, so I will kind of start this conversation. What we're thinking about doing is the same thing at Keith Clark Park, where we have all that space. We were thinking about doing a kind of a summer series where throughout the spring or throughout the summer, on a regular basis, whether that's weekly or every other week or once a month or whatever it is, we'll have something, a community focused event at the park in Sidney. We could even move it around. I know there's multiple parks in Sidney. We even take it out to the new Sidney Center Park, maybe, if that's all finished in time. And the reason for doing this, or the idea behind doing this, is that we want to be more engaged with the community, and we want our members to also be more engaged with the club. And so this was kind of an idea that came from those thoughts. And how this would work, at least in my mind, is that, when we have an event, and all these different ideas that Bill came up with, which are pretty cool. When we have an event, a lot of these are going to be targeted towards kids and children, where we can get them to come in and hopefully have their parents come along with them to learn more about Rotary and what it is. And it's a community event with a kind of membership recruitment touch added in. And so I think this is a great idea, just to get out into the community again. I know it's been a long time since we've been able to be visible to the public. So this is going to take a ton of work to organize. We had started a committee for it, and that's all that's happened. We've just started it. We haven't met or anything yet, but we're going to need a couple more people to jump on board with this and try to organize it. I don't know. There's really nothing here to make a profit on. Again, this is all just towards engagement with the community. So a lot of this stuff that you see, like the bee program, we had somebody do a program on the bees out in Sidney Center. I can't remember his name, but that was a great program. And so if we could have, him come in to talk about, his bees with the kids, and, do fun stuff that way, just to get out into the community a little bit more. And we could turn it into more community service oriented things as well. If we wanted to do a park cleanup or a walking trail cleanup alongside one of these things to get people from the community out. You know, they can come and see the cars there and then help us walk around and pick up the trail. So this is again just a pretty rough idea as of right now, but I think it has a ton of potential. What I've been concerned about with the club is that, and I think maybe Dave had said this the other day, is that we're becoming more of a United Way than a Rotary Club, where we're just kind of fundraising, and that's all we really do. And so you'll notice with the Sidney Center Park thing, we're volunteering. With the pancake breakfast thing, that's a fundraiser. But I'd like to make it more of a community engaged event by bringing it outside and bringing in more things and you know, trying to make it more than us just trying to make $1. And so with this same concept, a lot of volunteer opportunities here to get out into the eye of the public. Can we ask for donations? Absolutely. You know, but I don't think we should sell tickets or do anything like that necessarily, unless, you know, monster trucks are charging an absurd fee to come in. But again, this is just an idea. Bill, do you have anything to add to it?
No, I think, you know, you're hitting the nail on the head, is that we go from a fundraising focus to an educational focus and a community awareness of what Rotary is all about. And I'll say it again for the 100th time, is that if we bring kids, parents are coming. And if parents come, there's your solicitation for new members. And if you're doing great things for my kids, I'm going to come and I'm going to join you one way or another. You don't have to buy me a glass of wine or, you know, have me to some special event. I see my kids in every one of these. The B program, you know, we hand out coloring books with Rotary in it, some Rotary information. The kids go home with a B coloring book with crayons. Who doesn't like to be a clown? When you say all of our Rotary people can show up in clown outfits, and you know, you paint kids' faces and you make them clowns. The balloon art we all know about, and you can do the balloon art, you know, where it is about nature and that's the whole concept of Rotary for 2021 is the environment. That's the focus. So if we do the balloon art to where it's fish and someone talks about the fish to the kids. So this is not focused towards the adults in my mind, although it is, because that's how we're going to get new members. The whole thing with the craft, you know, we have Linda here with the craft. I put the car show in there simply because we got Whit. I mean, we should be using Whit to be able to see whether or not he could get us, you know, a car from the museum up there in Norwich, I think it is, to bring some of that stuff down and doing a car show. And you're going to get the parents with that. The Robotics Club put a beautiful program on for Rotary when I first joined, and I thought that was sort of interesting. And, you know, if you can tap young women and young children very early on with science and robotics, I think we're good to go. And kids are always interested in big trucks and big engines and climbing on them with their moms and dads and those kinds of things. So yeah, I think this really is the focus.
They're great ideas. They're great ideas, and they all could be done on potentially that weekend we do the pancake breakfast, or at least some of them.
Corbin, do you have an idea of what was behind the asterisk at the bottom? This will require a dedicated team of Rotarians. What does that refer to?
Well, I had mentioned already that we had at least formed a committee, and I sent you an email about it, Dave, but I don't think you get the emails. So the only people on this committee as of right now are me and Bill. And if it stays that way, this is just simply not gonna happen.
Right.
I need more people to.
Corbin, I would like to be on the team.
Okay.
But his dad is standing right in front of me. They're holding it for us.
All right. So what I'm gonna do.
Well,
I have to mute somebody.
Whoever is coming over. The speaker. Okay. So what I'm going to do is kind of put a committee sign up list, and I'll put it out on Band. So if anybody wants to help us out, help put this on, that would be really good. I don't have a number in mind of how many people, we need on a committee for this to work, but it's got to be more than 2. So I have Sue down, I have Bill down. Dave, I think that you had mentioned that you wanted to help out with this. Is that
You can
right?
put me down.
So,
Yes, Corbin, yes.
Put me down too, Corbin.
so do we want to have, I think we should meet as like a committee, no? Just like at least one meeting dedicated to kind of understanding this whole thing a little bit better,
Well,
or no?
well, are you
Yes.
doing it for one?
Definitely.
uh,
What were you saying, Dennis?
I think we should open it up to everybody. Mass email out to everybody. Anybody who wants to be on the committee is on the
Yeah.
committee.
I'm gonna put the committee sign up sheet on band.
Well, I think you should do more than band because we have half our members who aren't on band. So we're excluding people.
Almost everybody is, and then there's a subscriber list that emails people
Okay.
the band posts.
Okay, as long as they get it on an email to them, if they have to go look for it, people won't look for it.
Right. Yep.
I
I'll
have
get
a
it out.
question.
Go ahead.
When you have the craft day on there, is that for people to come do crafts, or is that for craft vendors to come and set up?
Both.
No, we probably wouldn't pay for craft vendors to come. We
Yeah.
probably wouldn't
Okay,
charge people.
well, because that's what I was gonna say. That's another way when you do your pancake breakfast, because I know when the airport does theirs, they have they let craft vendors come in. Granted, they don't charge for that, but we could. So that's another way to
Yeah.
make a little money as well.
Yeah, this would all be a committee to decide which ones would be good. I look at some of them, which are pretty easy. If we could get Sleddy to come in with its drones, that would be an easy one. We want balloon art, if somebody knows how to do it, that would be, or the balloons. Those would be easy ones, is one person doing something for X amount of time.
Right. Well, I'm just looking at like local crafters to come and set up and, sell their wares or whatever like that. And then that's also more people that may join Rotary too, if they
Right.
have a local craft business that, they may decide to join Rotary as well.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, everything's a good idea. We just have to put a committee together for that particular event. For
Right.
people, because you're also going to have people cooking breakfast. So you're not going to have a lot of Rotarians. They're going to be pretty busy providing breakfasts and getting food out to cars. So.
Right, but if people are coming in to vend their stuff, it's really their responsibility to sell it. We wouldn't have to sell it for them,
Right,
so.
right.
Yeah.
We should, yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. We need to plan it,
Yeah, because
If we do it
I
on
just
May
know a few
22nd.
people too that haven't been able to vend in a while. I know several people. I don't personally vend, that's why I have a shop. But I do sometimes, I do at the airport, but I just know that there hasn't been any craft shows at all. So people are really, really itching to get out to sell their stuff.
They just are opening up this type of idea down in Bainbridge. They're opening up the where they do the Saturday morning.
Oh yeah, the air market, yes.
Yeah, so it's a good idea because they're opening up. So there are people who are doing crafts and stuff who would like to pick and choose where they want to go.
Right. And if you get people coming for food, you're gonna have people looking and shopping and supporting other local people as well.
Exactly.
Corbin, maybe we can do this as a committee.
Sure.
And, my focus was really copying what Delhi does. And they had to start somewhere at, earlier in their day. But for us, my focus really was about children, kids, young families, awareness and education.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Rather than fundraising and donation. But that's just my opinion. And that's why the committee would be extremely important to meet offline and do this.
Okay. So I'm gonna get that sign up sheet out, and then we'll pick a day to at least meet and then kind of figure out how we want to organize ourselves. That sound good?
Perfect.
All right. I think the last thing that I have to talk about is the strategic planning committee. For those of you that don't know, we formed this committee in February because we just don't have a leadership person or people set up yet for next year, next Rotary year, which starts July 1. So the strategic planning committee was tasked to develop a sustainable plan of leadership moving forward, and also to develop a strategy for recruitment and retention of members that fills the wants and the needs of those members, meaning not only can't we get anybody to join, but it's been difficult to keep the members who are in Rotary engaged. I know a lot of that has to do with the pandemic, but part of the objective of this committee was try to increase that engagement of both current members and potential new members. So this is the reason why we had to form this committee, just really quickly. So the normal line of succession for a Rotary club is a board member then becomes a vice president, the vice president then becomes a president-elect, and then the president-elect becomes the president. Right now, we don't have a vice president or a president-elect, and 9 out of our 11 board members are past presidents. So there's not a whole lot of wiggle room here to fill those seats, the vice president and the president-elect seats, because the majority of our board, the vast majority of our board, is filled with past presidents. And so this is really the heart of the issue right here, is that we just don't have, or the line of succession, I guess, is broken because we just don't have the number of people to be able to fill these seats, which leads to vacancies. So this is, again, somebody need to say something? No? We asked this committee to come up with a solution that could continue on in perpetuity if need be, but also allowed for the opportunity for somebody to take back that just usual president seat that you would see year in and year out if that time ever came. So it has to be kind of flexible in the way that it works. And it also had to provide opportunities for all members to be as engaged with the club as they wanted to be. So those were the 2 big issues. And so what we had done is come up with this idea, and I'm typing up a pretty long explanation of this. So I know it can be kind of confusing if this is the first time you're seeing it. You can expect a pretty lengthy explanation of how all this stuff is going to work after I get it through the board next week. So the general idea or the proposal from the committee as of right now is that we're going to break down the year into 2 months, into 2-month terms. That is a tongue twister. So, July and August, we'll have an acting president. September, October, we'll have another acting president, a different acting president. So each 2-month period during the year, a different acting president will be put in place. It doesn't necessarily have to be a past president, but because we have so many of them, those are usually going to be the people that volunteer for this spot. Those acting presidents for those 2-month periods of time will be the president of the Sidney Rotary Club. And so they will have all the responsibilities associated or assigned to the president. It will be their responsibilities for those 2 months. The other thing that we wanted to do was kind of make it more of a group or a team effort. So we added in the assisting members side of this plan as well, which assisting members can be anybody, past president, non-past president, board member, non-board member, whoever it is. And there can be as many different assisting members during a single term, as needed or as wanted, right? So, you could have 5 different assisting members for my July, August term, if I had that many people volunteer. And so what assisting members would be responsible for is exactly what the name implies, is just helping the president out during those 2 months. Helping them out with the programs, helping them out with the projects, helping them out in any way really necessary. And one of the benefits of this is that we're also asking those assisting members to come to the board meetings during the term of their acting president. So they'll get some board experience. You'll get to, you'll get to be at those board meetings for 2 months at least. It's not a huge time commitment. And really kind of what I like about this is that if you are a project chair for a certain, like Pins for Polio, for example, we would hope that Rosemary would be an assisting member with Larry for January and February. What this would do is it would bring Rosemary into the board meetings, the January and the February board meetings, which would really help us kind of get everybody on the same page for Pins for Polio. So if you're a project chair, expect to be asked to join at least as an assisting member for wherever that project is on the calendar. We will probably ask you to be an assisting member for that. Again, I'll mention that we can have multiple different assisting members. Doesn't have to just be one. This is just as far as we filled it up so far. And I haven't really made any kind of formal announcement on this yet, or asked anybody else to sign up for it yet, because I'm still trying to figure out the best way to explain it. And I'm getting closer. So
it's 1 o'clock.
It's 1 o'clock. Yes. So expect more on this, but this is the rough draft or the rough idea that we have right now of how we think that next year is going to look like. Hopefully, as time goes on, this doesn't have to end in June. If we still don't have a vice president or president-elect come July 1st, 2022, we'll fill these slots up again and we can keep it moving this way. So it can continue on for as long as we need it to. Hopefully it will get more people engaged to the club that haven't necessarily had the opportunity to do that yet. And then by doing that, hopefully we can fill the board positions with more people who aren't or haven't been president in the past. So I know that I got a few other people from most of the strategic planning committee is actually here. You guys got anything you want to add to that, or correct me in any areas?
Sounds good.
Yep.
All right, club announcements. Anybody have anything that we didn't already talk about?
Did you talk about the stream cleanup?
I think we did.
He mentioned it, but he didn't talk
Yes.
about it in detail.
Do we have a date?
We don't, I think there are going to be 2 dates. There's going to be, there was supposed to be one for Earth Day, and then there's one in August. So I'm only thinking that because of the committee, but to be able to do it in conjunction, because part of the other thing that we talked about at these meetings was to do a collaboration amongst maybe either other Rotary clubs where we do this together with father, son, daughter. So, to teach them about the environment, let's go clean it up. If you're not cleaning up your own house, why do you expect to go and help other people?
When's
So-
Earth Day?
The key component here is, I know the Sidney Center Improvement Group, what we're going to do is put large plastic contractor bags with insignia. When we talked about maybe doing this with Rotary, is to do Rotary and Sidney Center Improvement Group, get the kids, make up a letter, put it in the mailboxes, and have the parents meet you down by the stream on a certain day. So certainly social distancing is easy doing that. And in the meantime, you're teaching kids to clean up their community. Hopefully that goes a long way when they're 20 years old and throwing the beer can out the window.
What's the date of Earth Day?
Yeah, Earth Day, I think, is pretty close, but I know
What's the
that we're thinking about it in Sydney Center Improvement Group, and we'd love to do something in
Right.
conjunction and
Right.
collaboration.
What is the date?
April 22nd.
Right. But there's also one in August.
Okay. we'll never plan that by April 22nd unless the board did something on Monday night.
Right.
So you better be prepared. If you want to do something, we could do a mini one on the 22nd, but the board, you and the board would have to come with some type of idea. That's also a Thursday. So that's a working day.
Yeah, I mean, that's less than
Workday.
2 weeks out, so I think that'd probably be a great day to do it on, right? But I think it'd be better if we put a little more thought and planning into it and got more people on board with it. Doesn't, nobody
Right.
here knew when Earth Day was, right? So,
Right, I just wanted to put the concept out there.
yeah, I got you.
Okay.
What do you
That's
think about
something
maybe
else.
doing something like that with our summer series?
Right.
We could include it, something in there. I know we wanted to collab with Sidney Center, which we can still
Arbor-
do. If they've already
Arbor
planned.
Day is, oh, sorry.
No,
Yes,
go ahead, Sue.
Arbor Day is April 30th. Do you think we could do it for Arbor Day?
Maybe. Is the Sidney Center group planning this out?
yeah, they were actually trying to plan, they were trying to plan it for Earth Day, and then the suggestion came that we do it for the opening of the park.
Oh, okay. So
When's that? What's the date of that?
But they don't have that yet.
Okay.
But you're right, Dennis, as soon as there are dates, I'll throw those out. I just wanted to throw the concept out that we ought to think about collaborating with other clubs or with other organizations.
You
United
need
Way-
months, you
Unite-
need like 2 months planning on something like that before you could, so you
Right,
need a date
again,
and then a committee.
Again, I'm only throwing the concept out. I mean, United Way has been terrific to the Sidney Center Improvement Group people, as I said, the town has. But it's a concept, and
Right.
it's not going to be one person. It's going to be, Rotarians that want to do it. You got Bainbridge, you got Unadilla, and it's maybe time.
I mean, you could do a mini one here in Sydney on Arbor Day. That's 2.5 weeks from now, just with some Rotarians, volunteers. Pick one small idea and do something. That's on a Friday.
Right.
But somebody has to lead the charge.
it sounds like the Sidney Center group is leading that charge.
No, it should be somebody, Rotary needs to lead the charge because it will be our program.
I agree.
It's a Rotary program.
I guess I'm confused. Are they not planning it already?
They're planning it, they don't have a date. And I interjected at the meeting a month or so ago that maybe we ought to think about collaborating with another organization within Sydney. So it's just not Sydney Center or the Hamlet. And that's when I talked about Rotary, and maybe we could do this together, because who cares where the kid lives, Hamlet or Sydney, it's a kid. Let's go get the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something else I can post on the PTO page too.
Thank you.
That's a perfect demographic or target audience of people we're trying to reach. So
Right, and they're all school kids here, and Sydney Center kids go to school here too, so, yeah.
great. Anything else? Club announcements? We all
Good
set?
meeting, Corbin.
Thanks. Happy dollars. I'm happy that Dennis thought it was a good meeting. Anybody else?
I went to the is it called PEDS?
You
The
went to the
seminar
test?
Yeah.
for the president-elect, I think.
Awesome.
It was really cool. I mean, I'm sure it loses something being virtual, but I was really glad that I met, and you still get to meet people. So it was a really good program.
Awesome. Thanks for doing that, Sue.
Corbin, I'd like to ask Sue, and without putting her on the spot, what you got from pets that was applicable back here at Sidney, if you can recall.
Yeah, I don't have my notebook in front of me, but definitely part of the what you guys just mentioned was collaborating with other local clubs to kick off, kind of re-entering society, reaching out to Bainbridge. And did you say Unadilla has a
Yes,
the Rotary as
Yes.
well?
yeah,
I know like Bainbridge does a trivia night. It would be great to have teams and stuff to get together and have other Rotaries so that we can work together with them. I think a lot of the stuff was, well, they did a lot of diversity training, which was very interesting. I wish I could remember the guy's name that spoke. Like I said, I don't have my notebook with me. But it was about flexibility and changing with the times. I did bring up the band thing that we are doing. People are going to look into that because I think it's a fantastic idea and has really improved our communication. That's all I have right now. I can look back at my notes for next time.
Awesome.
Sure.
Thank you.
And one other question, if I might. Evan Kurtz, the incoming district governor, did he give you any ideas of what he's expecting of clubs like ours?
I remember Evan. I don't.
That's
Well,
okay if you don't, but
he specifically was talking about reaching out to younger members and expanding membership through younger people.
yeah, the reason I'm asking Sue and the rest is that typically Pets starts off the next year for July 1st, 2021, and we're able to get a lot of ideas typically from Pets that we can apply to our year. And since that will involve more than one president, I'd like to have a kind of a bird's eye view of what the plans are internationally, district, and things like that. That's
I could
the reason.
do like a bullet sheet of the high points and then bring it to our next meeting.
Oh, great.
Was it, obviously it was on Zoom, was it recorded?
I believe they weren't recording it because of the different host or something.
Right, okay. All right, thank you, Sue.
Thank you.
Sue, could you pass that on to Corbin, that sheet that you have?
Yes, I'll create a bullet
'Cause that
sheet.
would
and I'll-
help the board meeting and the strategic planning committee also.
Definitely.
Yep. Okay, anything else for Happy Dollars?
I move
Everybody,
we adjourn.
all right.
I'll give a happy dollar because I got my second shot.
Good for you. Just a quick reminder, last thing I promise, we have a board meeting on Monday night, strategic planning committee meeting on Tuesday night. And then I'm going to put out a sign up sheet for the summer series committee. And then once I have all the names on there, we'll pick a date and we'll schedule a meeting for that as well. So just be on the lookout for that. And then other than that, I'll see the board members on Monday. Hopefully I can see all of you on Tuesday. Okay.
Thank you, Corbin.
All right, guys. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you, Corbin.
Thank
thanks,
you.
Corbin.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
See ya.
Thanks, everybody.
Take care.
So long, everybody.
That was fast.